Once, a boy visited his grandfather during the summer vacation. They used to play together all the time. One of those days, the boy said to his grandfather, "When I grow up, I want to be a successful person. Could you tell me some paths to achieve success?" The grandfather nodded and led the boy to a nearby nursery. In the nursery, the grandfather bought 2 small plants and returned home. He planted one plant in a pot and kept it indoors, while he planted the other one outside. "What do you think will happen to one of these plants in the future?" the grandfather asked the boy. The boy pondered for a moment and said, "The plant inside the house will grow better because it's safe from all dangers, while the plant outside is exposed to many things like strong sun, storms, animals, etc." The grandfather smiled and said, "Let's see what happens in the future." After this visit, the boy left with his parents. For years later, he returned to visit his grandfather again. When the boy saw his grandfather, he said, "Grandpa, last time I asked you about paths to success, but I didn't get an answer. This time, you must tell me." The grandfather smiled and replied, "Of course, but first, let's take a look at the plants we bought a few years ago." With these words, the grandfather led the boy to a spot where he had planted a small plant in a pot. They observed that the plant had turned into a tree. Then, the grandfather took the boy to examine the plant they had planted outside. There, they saw a massive tree with branches that extended over a large area, providing shade to those who passed by. The grandfather looked at the boy and asked, "Tell me, which plant grew more? Which one is more successful?" The boy replied, "The one we planted outside." "But Grandpa, how is that possible? This plant faced so many challenges and yet it grew so much." The grandfather smiled and explained, "Yes, the plants outside had to overcome many obstacles, but facing challenges also brought benefits. They had the freedom to spread their roots as much as they wanted. Facing adversity, like storms, strengthened their roots. Now, they are so resilient that a little storm can't harm them. Son, remember what I'm about to tell you. This lesson will accompany you throughout life and help you succeed in all your endeavors. If you always choose comfort, your growth will be limited compared to the willingness to face the world, no matter the challenges. No goal is out of reach. Don't see problems as obstacles. Instead, see them as steps toward success." The boy took a deep breath and contemplated the tree, absorbing his grandfather's wisdom. The obstacles we often perceive as adversaries in life are, in reality, the same barriers that make us more resilient and successful. Similarly, our journey in life resembles a grand adventure, full of twists that may seem like roadblocks in our path. However, surprisingly, these challenges are like puzzles to be solved. Just like in a game, the fun lies in figuring out how to overcome adversity. Life follows the same principle. Every obstacle that arises represents an opportunity to learn, grow, and strengthen. So, don't let these barriers discourage you. Instead, face them, overcome them, and watch your own evolution in the game of life. You have the skills, determination, and resilience necessary to overcome any challenge that comes your way.
Want to live with more wisdom and purpose? Discover the secrets of Buddhist monks in the ebook The Wealth Through the Eyes of Buddhist Monks. Click on the pinned comment and start your journey of transformation.